And I started with biro, just ballpoint pen in a notebook, because it's what I had with me in the moment, in the field, while working. And then as the collection grew, I've become a bit more conscious of the pens I use and the paper. So now I'm using archive ink and acid-free paper, but it's not the same as ballpoint. Ballpoint's a bit more raw, and you can get depth and grooves and more emotion into the work than felt tip, but I'm getting used to felt tip, so. I'm an archaeologist, and I specialize in human remains. In different contexts, I've had the title forensic archaeologist, forensic anthropologist. Currently, I'm using the term bioarchaeologist, and there's debates over the definitions of the terms, but I prefer that than using the word forensic, because that comes loaded. So the work that I do involves going into rural areas, places where normal tourists don't go. So some post-conflict situations, and the art is a byproduct of that, has been. So it's not the reason that I'm there, but it's been a vehicle to take me into those places where people can't go, and sketch. So it has been something I do in my free time, and sometimes I do it in the moment in the field, and sometimes I do it from pictures afterwards. So the field work can be very tense. I don't work in the post-conflict context in South Africa, but my work in South Africa surrounding graves can be tense. So the sketching in the moment, it releases that tension, and it brings into the situation the humanity, the beauty of life again, that someone can just be observing a little situation, some kids playing, women hanging up clothes, men working in the garden, just situations of life that crosses all cultures and language groups, and you have this passport into a place, because I can justify being somewhere because I'm there sketching. I'm not just staring. While the general work is going on, the art has helped me to approach people on an equal level, where you can go to people without the camera, without anything but a pen and paper, and sketch people, situations from the distance. And I guess that's the dilemma that all anthropologists have, where just being present as an observer, you influence the situation. But I've found that with the camera, it brings a whole extra baggage that you don't want in the situation. And people tense up and act differently where there's a camera. Kids go crazy and they want their photos taken and they want to see their faces, and older people get more conscious and protective of themselves. So going with a pen and paper, people will relax and let you sketch them, or they might not even know why what you're doing. Maybe they just think you're taking notes like a psychologist or something. But after a while, then you're sketching. Once I've finished the sketch, then I usually go and show the people. And most of the time I give them away, which I've been told to stop doing now. But I found that I think the sketching itself, it started with the guilt I felt taking photos of people and not being able to give them the photo. And it's not that I can quickly go and have it printed or even get their address and send it to them later. So, I mean, it would be a dream to get commissioned to join a mission, not as a forensic archaeologist, but as an artist. I've had ideas of joining humanitarian missions where there's sensitive situations and cameras would influence talks negatively, and being able to capture something for fundraising afterwards, or for illustrations, or even the art itself in the moment being a vehicle of trust to bring in that element of humanity into a situation. At the moment, I'm busy working on a women's series, and it wasn't intentional in the beginning, but I've drawn many different situations, but the women are becoming more, the women collection is becoming bigger, so I thought to make it intentional and focus on that. So I have visited some women in the prison, and you cannot take cameras or phones into the visiting area. So that was another moment where I was visiting women for other reasons, and the sketching was something that it was something again that I had neglected, and it came to answer a need that wasn't apparent in the beginning. So I took pens and paper with me into the visiting area, and the women who I had been visiting, I asked to sketch them, and these women are not South African, so they don't get visitors. Many of their families can't come to South Africa, so being able to sketch them and send their portraits to their families means a lot, or to give them the portraits and so that they can have them with them. It means a lot that they can be recognized as people in the moment and nothing more.